News 46 is brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson. News 46 is also brought to you by Humana, serving the community. Please stop in at 1397 South Loop Road on the corner of Loop and Highway 160.
Tonight on News 46, get healthcare insurance enrollment help. And we get an update on repairs to Scotty's Castle. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Zach Reiner and Eunette Gentry. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Volunteers are offering to help you enroll in health insurance. It's Thursday, December 7th, Pearl Harbor Day. I'm Eunette Gentry. Well, there's only a few days left for healthcare open enrollment period, and Brent Levitt invites anyone who needs help to come by an event this Saturday that's happening right here in town.
Well, this weekend, the Saturday the 9th, we're going to be doing a little health insurance open enrollment event. We're going to be hosting it from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. over at the Pahrump Wellness Center, formerly known as Back to Roots, which is across the street from the main post office off of Postal Road. We're going to be helping people here in Pahrump that need to help sign up for health insurance through the healthcare.gov website and just individual health insurance. We're going to have a few brokers there that'll help people with their needs. Go through all your questions you have about health insurance, what's changing this year, and just get enrolled right before the deadline, which is the 15th.
It can be confusing, can't it?
It can be confusing, and the website can be kind of annoying to work with. Some people sit there for hours and get upset. They put their name in places and they just get upset and pull their hair out. And it's just working with the broker will just make life easy for you. We'll just help you guide through it, ask you questions which pertain to you, and get you the right plans.
What should they be prepared to bring?
The biggest thing you want to have, if you're not a citizen, make sure you bring copies of your green cards, certificates of that. Other than that, we just need names, socials, date of births. If you want to bring in income information, that's beneficial to make sure we know, what you expect to make next year, so that way you can get the tax credits that you're eligible for.
Sometimes bringing just your tax return from last year is a good idea.
It's just a good idea to have it, just to make sure you know kind of what you made last year, so that way you can gauge what you expect to make next year. It's not always necessary to bring it, as long as you at least know kind of what you get paid and what your income is. If you don't, then we can work with you other than that too.
All right. So on Postal Road at the Pahrump Health and Wellness Center?
Correct. Pahrump Wellness Center, formerly known as Back to Roots. It's right across the street from the post office, the main post office.
10 to 4.
So 10 to 4, and come bring yourself over. Especially, we have a lot of people that are losing coverage this year. We had a couple insurance carriers that are leaving the marketplace. So those people will definitely want to make sure you come out. Even if you're renewing your coverage from last year, it's always great to work with a broker. It doesn't cost you any money to work with us. We're perfectly free. We're just there as a professional help to make sure that you get the coverage you need.
The Death Valley Park Service held a meeting in Pahrump to give the public an update on an opportunity to get involved in planning and repairs of Scotty's Castle. That landmark sustained millions of dollars of damage as a result of major flooding that occurred back in 2015.
Yeah, so we've been working the flood from October of 2015 that greatly impacted Scotty's Castle on the Bonnie Claire Road about 2 years ago. We're working on restoring that and trying to get Scotty's Castle back open. It's a massive project that's going to span about 4 to 5 years. Right now we've completed our initial design proposals for both the road restoration, the 8 miles that was completely destroyed, as well as the castle itself. So we lost the water system, the sewer system, the electric system. 3 of the buildings were heavily impacted. The proposal that's out right now just basically lays out the plans that we're hoping to put in place. They're open for public comment right now, so we would love to have people look at those, and we're hoping to start construction during 2018 and hope to have the castle reopened by January of 2020 is the current goal. You can sign up for a tour of Scotty's Castle while it's under construction. If you go to the Death Valley Natural History Association website, which is dvnha.org. Now we're just doing one tour a week during the fall, winter, spring. However, if the demand goes up, we're certainly have the capacity to add more weekend tours.
So you're going to have a meeting speak right there in Death Valley, so if the public wants to find out more, they can do that, right?
Next Tuesday at Furnace Creek at the Visitor Center, also about 5:30 is our next meeting, so please come out for that. But even if you can't come to a meeting, you can submit your comments online. So go to our website, which is www.nps.gov/DEVA.
This is a big project. Is it around $50 million?
About $50 million, yeah. But the good news is we have secured funding for the vast majority of it. About a third of it comes from federal highways. About a third of it comes from the entrance receipts for visitors who come to Death Valley. So we've gotten a special dispensation to retain 100% of all the fees that visitors pay. And then another third of it comes from basically projects at other parks that was redirected to Death Valley to help with the recovery.
If the public wants to donate, you have a special organization that's a nonprofit that is actually collecting donations, right?
Yeah, the Death Valley Natural History Association, they also have a place to donate specifically for Scotty's Castle, and we work very closely with them on identifying projects that your donations would help with specific projects that we can't find other ways to fix.
There's a silver lining, including having a new visitor center and upgrading this some of the dilapidated parts of the castle that were kind of failing before, right?
Absolutely, and coming out the other end of this, the silver lining is that the utilities will certainly be a lot more stable than they were before the flood, and we'll be able to freshen up the exhibits in the visitor center, and yeah.
What's the target date for opening?
Right now we're hoping for early January of 2020.
The Clark County coroner has released the identity of a person's remains found in the desert off Wheeler Pass back in September. 25-year-old Travis M. Scott from Las Vegas apparently died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. His death has been ruled a suicide. His skeletal remains were found in the desert overlooking Pahrump in Clark County on September 27th. The Las Vegas Metro Police Department crime scene investigators and the Clark County coroner responded to the scene after the Nye County Sheriff's Department reported the remains. Well, country music fans, we have 2 tickets to the first caller to call 775-727-9400, extension 201, if you want to go see country artist Gary Allan this Saturday night at the Joint in Las Vegas. Once again, that number to call for this 5 o'clock hour only is 775-727-9400, extension 201. Good luck, and we'll be right back with more local news.